would use this time to want you to talk. Anyone? When you hear the word community event, what comes to your mind? What rings bell? As in, what comes to your mind exactly? Okay. Is anyone talking? Or okay, there are events that engage the entire community. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Israel, for that. Do I have any other contribution? Okay. Okay, no other person. So let me just go with the response I got from Israel. They are events that engages the entire community. Thank you so much for that response. And for others, please, I will still bring you into say one thing or the other about community events. So talking about community events, I will break it down into two: community and events. Then we'll merge it together. So community is like a group of people that you have common goal, you have common interests, you have something in common, something you're targeting, something you're working towards. You have something in common. All of you come together in a particular group, which is called community. So event is more like we have an occasion and or a purpose. It's a community, so you have an event, you have a function, you have an activity to be carried out. So bringing in the two together is like you have a particular event for the purpose or for the goal of that particular community you belong to. I believe every one of us on this call belongs to one community or the other from our place, from where we originated from. Some, for those in Nigeria, we can say, some people would say, I'm going to my community meeting. Community meeting, like maybe you are from the eastern part, maybe we are from the northern part, but you are in diaspora, you are in other states, that you don't have to go to your local community every time. You can just have an extended community event outside there just to meet up with, catch up with their brothers and sisters out there. Now, creating an event around that. Now we're bringing it into the tech space. That is where our tech community event comes. You find yourself, as we know, tech has diverse departments. Even if we are not talking about outside, let's look within Beacom, because I know that those people on this call right now, it's an internal event. This section is an internal event, and it's a premium package. That is why every one of us here today. So let me use, for instance, there's something we all have in common on this call. We all are Beacom family. Whether you just joined Beacom yesterday or you just joined Beacom today, last year or 10 years ago, you are all Beacom community, and we have that one thing in common. We are Beacom family. So for you to become for you to be a Beacom family, what other thing brought us together? We are into tech, because that's what Beacom is all about. We are all into tech. Whether you are coding, whether you're not coding, you are into tech. Then we can now break down this community, break it down into smaller sections where we have coding techies and we have non-coding techies. So we can concentrate, okay, I want to belong to a community that are coding techies there, and those that want to belong to those that are non-coding techies. From there, okay, even let's say I am a non-coding techie, and I have some other non-coding techie. I still want to break down my community to something simpler that is really, really particular about me, that speaks to me directly. Aside the fact that, yeah, I'm in the tech community where everybody is there. Okay, I want to meet people that are not even non-coding techie. I branch it to them. Maybe I still need more. I still want to see more. Then I'll say, okay, from there, okay, I'm a non-coding techie, I'm a product manager, I'm a project manager, I'm a business analyst, this and that. Then I can start looking into those specific roles and those specific departments, which makes me feel more comfortable and make me feel more at home because my people are there, they speak my language and they understand my language. I'll be free to communicate there. Whatever they are saying, I will understand easily. Unlike me, as a non-coding tech, I jumped into a coding tech community. And when they start using all those coding terms and things like that, I became lost. Yes, we're all in the tech community, but except we're talking tech generally, when we start going technical, I might get lost in that specific situation. So it will no longer be my community per se at that time. So we need to be more specific. What are my goals? You now need to look at, okay, what community in the tech space resonates with these goals I have put down. Those communities are the communities you're supposed to belong to. Those are the communities I expect, Beacom expects every one of us to belong to. Then we don't expect that you just focus on your Beacom community. We don't expect that at all. We want to make sure that you have other community out there. You join different external, there are platforms where you can join a lot of communities. Stack Overflow is there and others like that. You can go look for community you belong. Now, I just finished talking about community. Now, in this community, there are different points in time that they are going to be having events. Sorry, before I jump away from community, there's another thing I want to point us to, that even in Beacom, there are different communities. In the workspace, we have two different workspaces per se. So we have the Tech Network workspace, we have the Beacom Dev Center workspace. Those two are two communities. Let me use Beacom Dev Center workspace as an example. There are some channels that each of us belongs to that someone else would not belong to. Is because we know this is your community, this is your team. They say, okay, I'm being added to mobile app department, mobile app team channel. It's because that is your community. You see that place as your community, as the same way you see those communities you are joining out as your community. So let's always know the purpose of each community. And at any point in time, this community would now say that, okay, we have an event that would want to organize an event. And when we're talking about organize an event, we must have an organizer, we must have a speaker, we must have an host, we must have someone that is going to draft anything logistics, anything, how the program is going to go, someone is going to draft it. So this is events. Now, putting it together is trying to talk about community events. That's events happening in a community. Why are we talking about community? If everybody on this call, one of our goals is to make sure that we're globally attractive. We are globally sought after. When I've gotten to a certain extent, I'm not the one that will be pursuing things, my career any longer. My career is supposed to be pursuing me. What if I need anything in the tech workspace? It should just get to me very cheap because I have done the work. I have invested in everything I need to have. I have everything backed. Everything the global community, the global workspace has, I have already backed them and is in my portfolio. And that's where community event is coming. Part of the things we want you to bag before the end of all this program is to make sure that you have a lot of goodies already in your bag, so that anywhere you find yourself in future, you can easily get to your bag and pull them out. Okay, you want to work with Microsoft, and Microsoft is asking you, okay, yeah, you said you are a developer in this particular stack, you know how to use this, blah, blah, blah. Can you tell me or give me Give me an evidence of where you've been able to speak to thousands of people, to hundreds of people, to a certain number of people about this, about something on this particular department, or this particular role you mentioned that you're an expert in. That's where you can go in, go back to your bag and say, oh, that's cheap. I've done this during this social event. I organized this. I hosted this. I spoke in this particular event, spoke to so number of people, mentored so number of people, and things like that. So this is where our community event comes in. So let's try. I just want us to have a breakdown of what community, what event is all about, and putting them together using community event. I would say that every one of us on this call, I know those words are not new to us. The word community is not today we're hearing about it. The word event, I don't know. A lot of times you've heard about it and things like that. And for our information, community event is not just something that we just coin out of nowhere. Maybe it's not useful. We just said, okay, just come and do it, just to fulfill all righteousness. No, we put all this community event that is a must for us to do. We put it together so that what we're expecting for you to have in your portfolio at the end of the day will be achieved. But realize that some of us, probably because we don't know why we have to do it, it's making us have cold feet having to do community events. So I just want us to know community is not just an activity, it is a strategy of growth. It's a growth strategy because there are a lot of things for you to learn in your community. During events in your community, you're going to be able to share learnings, you exchange real world experience. Assuming you're a speaker, you will be assigned to speak in an event. You tell people about your experience. People share their experience with you. While you are sharing your experience, you don't know who you are speaking with. You don't know who will get the recordings of what you're talking about tomorrow. And that could be your game changer. You don't know who you're teaching or what you're speaking that period. You don't know who is going to change his or her life. And when the life of the person changes and take them to a certain place that needs someone like you, they will be able to speak that I have an expert, somebody. I sat under his or under his or her top, and I was able to get this, and you will be recognized. It helps you, it shows you out there that this talent you are is actually somewhere. So it is very compulsory and important for us in being that you engage in community events, whether it's an internal event or an external event. We have various events. We have various internal events. One is coming up this Saturday. We call it ICT Career Talk. It is organized by people, but it is open to everybody, external persons and internal persons. So if you're on this call, we can also tell people to join that ICT Career Talk. It is very important because we get to hear from others. We get to network. You don't know who you're going to meet there. You get to network. You get to learn yourself. It's added to your growth. It will add to your own confidence. Some things you'll be hearing, it will help you, build you, continue to strengthen you in this tech journey. You can't walk this tech journey alone. You can't be a loner as a techie. It is not possible. We work together. When we all work together, we have more strength than someone just working alone. So that is why we can't do without being in a community. So if you have not been leveraging on joining a lot of communities, join as many as possible. Let it look like your daily routine. When you get on social media, the things you'll be seeing should be around everything in your community. It will boost your knowledge also. It will boost your growth. It will boost your level of learning. There is a saying, so people say, when I get on social media, when I get on Facebook, when I get on Instagram, I got carried away. It's a distraction to me. It's a waste of time. I see a lot of things that are irrelevant. I would say that I'm not saying they're wrong, and I'm not saying it's their fault. Sometimes we don't know how to make use of the social media sometimes. And the search engine will help us fill up the blank spaces, but help yourself to fill the blank spaces in your social media by you joining community that resonates with this your tech journey. Join as many as possible. In fact, by Facebook itself, we'll be giving you a recommendation of community that they notice that you have been joining recently. They will be giving you more recommendations that this will help you and that will help you. The more community you join, the more opportunity you find, as in the more exposed you find yourself. Active community, not just the donut. Because we have some communities that have been there, waited for ages, and nothing is happening in that community. But try to join active community. It will help you share more of your experience, have a practical, not just theoretical aspect of your learning, because you get to interact with people. People come on your community and they start asking questions like, asking questions around your expertise. In fact, probably one of the solutions you just gave in being probably on a project you're working on, or probably your being academic, someone just asked similar question. I know you won't think about it twice before you give that person, I had this issue yesterday, I had this issue last year, and this is how I was able to resolve it. These are the ways you interact and share learning. Now, when you now come to events brings a lot of people together that have that same common goal. And they are talking about things about that goal. You get to see other people's perspectives, solutions to real world experience. They talk about their experience. You compare their experience with what you have also experienced. And at some point, you have an avenue for you to be able to do some experimental discussion. You do experiments amongst yourself. I can imagine when we're in secondary school, I would say secondary school, for those in Nigeria will understand that. When we're in secondary school, we have different subjects. Yeah, different subjects with different community. Yeah, they all have different communities. So I just want to talk about the biology. When we're doing biology, we have biology lab. When you get to biology lab, we don't expect you to be doing English or mathematics they are mixing chemicals. We talked about, as in we do practicals around biology. When you're in biology lab, you don't expect to do food and nutrition, what's it called there? Food and nutrition display. You do things about biology. You dissect animals. You do things. You look at a microscope. You do things around that thing. And those practical sections, those experimental sections, if we actually sincerely look back, so most of them get stuck to our mind because we get to know more. We see things in the real sense, not just like talking, but in the real sense. So we get to experiment in our community. So anytime we hear about any event happening in our community, please, in fact, be the one to be the first person to get there. Be the first person to get there. It has a way of adding to you. You might be at that community, and sometimes when we were at the biology class that time, sometimes it gets boring for some people. And fortunately or unfortunately for them, maybe the next 20 years or so, when they find themselves on their own, probably they now find themselves they want to do something. That knowledge they had then, we just, I think I learned that when we mix A and B together, it will explode. Okay, let me not mix A and B together. Let me make A and C together. So all those things really, really are adding to you. It may not, you might think it's not useful for you today, but always there's no knowledge that is a waste. So let's make sure that community events are always being attended and participate in events. Don't just go as they said we should come for events. If we did not go, post services will sanction. If I did not go for events, they will start running after me and shouting my name up and down. That shouldn't be the purpose. That shouldn't be the brain behind us having to attend community events. Remember that everyone on this call is expected, as in we assume that everyone on this call is aspiring to be globally sought after, to be that exceptional talent, to be globally sought after. So it's now left, one of the things that you're going to get is one of the things we expect you to have. One of the things that we know that some community, in fact, a lot of community we ask for, is how far you've gone. How far have you committed yourself in events? There is this, I was trying to read through a tech talent visa procedures and guidelines. I can't remember the country per se right now. And one of the criteria is just that you should make sure that you've spoken in some events and you have evidence of the number of the number of people that you spoke to, the flyer which carries your name, the topic you talk about, and some other things like that. I was like, so actually, talking about this, it is a criteria, but a lot of us may not know. Hosting an event, I think there's one criteria also that is talking about hosting your community event. It's a criteria just to get out of this country to go and work somewhere else. It is a criteria. There's every organization with their peculiarity, every country with their peculiarity. There's some organization that will tell you one of the things that they know that is an evidence for them to know that you're an expert is for them to see that you have mentored some people and how far you have been mentoring those people. Some is how far, what are the public artifacts you have out there? How many people, what are the things you are speaking about? What's your area of expertise? How many times have you spoken about those aspects of your area of expertise? How many times have you been a committed, dedicated member of your community? These are criteria. And you won't get there tomorrow and be like, oh, Bincom asked me to do this thing. I didn't do it because I don't have the time. There won't be any time for you to start rushing that time to come and say, okay, let me now come and do it. It's better you have them all bagged now. If you have not found yourself on flyers, even within Bincom, because it's an avenue for you. If you have not found yourself on flyers, being a speaker, please start lobbying for it. I would advise, start lobbying for it. Talk to your team lead. The next event, I would like to speak. People lobby for it. So you may really not get that slot immediately, but you can always have it. Tell your team lead, tell your team mentor, I would like to speak about this particular aspect. Maybe they want to speak during this meetup. Yeah. Or maybe you want to organize an event. You can bring it up. You want to host an event. Bring it up with the management. Let the management review what's your plan, what's the distance, that one. And if it's a good one, the management will give you go ahead. So please, community events has a lot for us to gain from. It isn't just for Bincom. Yeah, it could, at some point, it would also help Bincom's visibility. At some point, it helps Bincom achieve their purpose, their mission, their vision actually. And the vision is about making a certain number of people to be globally attractive, to be globally ready, to be employment ready at the global community, the tech workspace. So yes, that's the general goal for Bincom. But what about you? We are talking about that for Bincom today. Yeah, you organize an event and you invited people, you have hundreds of participants, and from there, they recognize Bincom. Yes, it's a plus for Bincom. But after that event, every other thing remains for you because You can always say anywhere, I organized this event, I spoke in this event, in fact, this is my flyer, and things like that. You have evidences to show that you are an expert in this community you find yourself as a back-end developer, as a front-end developer, as as a designer, as a project manager, and so on and so forth. So please, don't underestimate the power of community events. That is where I'm going. Also, when you are in a community event, organizing a community event, or you're speaking in a community event, please confirm you can still hear me. Since I'm just talking, I just keep talking. Please confirm you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank you for the response. So another aspect I'll talk about community events is it exposes you. You get to connect. You get to network. You see different kind of people, whether you know them personally before, you don't know them personally before. Some people even know you. They know you from the outside, but they don't know that aspect of this community of you. There is a saying that in someone's house or in someone's local environment, someone they don't see the skill or they don't see the power that person carries. It's the outside people, it's the outside world that celebrates the skill or the power that person carries. It's because they don't see. They don't see it. So you need to also give room for you to express, show, expose that thing, expose those skills. And the avenue is for you to just create an event. Create events around you, community event. There is this micro event that we expect everybody to do. It also falls under community event. We want you to create an event, a physical event in your environment. A physical event in your environment where you are going to lead it. You are going to own that environment. You are going to own the people you put together in that environment. It's going to be in your name that, okay, comfort in my area, I'm able to put 100 project managers together to create a community, to create what do we call it? Like a club. And these are the things we are achieving. These are the things we are doing. These are the results we have got achieved. We've been able to win an hackathon. We put us together and create a team to win an hackathon. We're able to come together, create a team where we talk to people, educate people about project management, and we are getting people into the system, helping them to understand what project management is. Yeah, these are the goals we want you to achieve. And when those people in their various places, when they look back, they be like, I belong to a community developed by so, and so. That's also one of the evidences we want you all to put together. So don't see when we're talking about community events, attend community events, participate. We're not just saying for saying sake. So it's gonna help you on the journey to being globally attractive. Yeah, I'm stressed and blah blah blah. I will do it. I will do it. I just want to tell you, procrastination would not help. Just continue to know the reason why you have to do community events. Except you are not working towards being globally attractive, being globally sought after. And if that's the case, then Beacom may not be the right place for you. So Fire and Beacom wants you to bag a lot of opportunity, bag a lot of evidences, so that when you get out of Beacom may not be there to tell the world everything you've done, every good thing, that wonderful skills that you are looking like this, what is like this. Beacom may not be there actually, but we want to give you some things already in your bag so that you can, when you get there, when you pour your bag down and they're able to pick the things they need from it, they would be satisfied and just say, okay, Beacom, just come and attest to what we have seen there. They will come to us and say, give us recommendation letter. We just give them like a page or two recommendation letter for those big things you have done. Just tell them, yes, we know this person did this, and these are the evidences also from our side. So please, community events, it is very important. And let's make sure we key into it. I'm trying to check my time to see that I'm still I'm still in line. So when you participate, it's not every time you'll be invited to speak, because I can imagine telling everyone on this call now to, okay, you have to speak in an event, and everybody is lobbying for the same time. It may not be possible, but there are some things you can do. You participate in events. It doesn't have to be being on internal events only. Participate in external events. So there's an event happening at a hotel that is pertaining to cybersecurity, which is your line, pertaining to infrastructure DevOps. Dust your shoe, go there. Wear your clothes, go there. Okay, good thing you're thinking, okay, I just don't want to stay, not just physical event. There are a lot of virtual events. Dust yourself, attend the event. Inform Beacom that Beacom within so time and so time, please give me time. I want to attend this virtual event. So far it is not affecting any of your daily activity. Request for it and let's see what happens. Your growth is very, very important. You can always reference those events you attended. And when you participate in events, it's not just for you to go there and bulldoze it. When we are talking about participation, you must ask questions. You must, is a must. You must ask questions. You must have take-homes. And you must connect. That is very important. Make one or two friends. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I don't know how to make friends. Blah blah blah. Sorry to say, if we say that, okay, the number of friends you make is the number of millions you're going to get after the event, would you make that connection? Please, let's not waste. Yeah, you can be an introvert, but still try to connect with someone. The worst answer you get is a no, but everybody at the community event will always want to connect. You can connect with people of your level. You can connect with people above your level. You can connect with people even under, so you can mentor them. You can connect with people above so that they can mentor you, can be their mentee. You can ask questions and collaborate. Virtual events is very good also, where you're going to meet people, not just people in your geographical area alone. You will see people across the world. And like we said, being globally attractive, not locally attractive only. So if you are just building yourself based on the culture of your country, based on the culture of your environment, based on the culture of the state you find yourself, you are still not global. You're not global yet. You need to mingle, mix your events, mix your community, because we are treating, we want you to be aware of global community, the global space, not just your local space, because tomorrow you might find yourself going to Australia and they need one of those things we're talking about. You will say, oh, from my event, I noticed the Australian people, this is how they do, this is how they do. Okay, from that knowledge you have, when you get to an interview or when you have to meet, I don't know, maybe your investor or something is an Australian, you know how to relate to such person because you have seen how they do in your community. And Indian, you know how they will do, they have been doing in your community, so you know how to approach them. So this and this are very, very important. So let's make sure that we do the needful. Okay, so I'll now go to what are the things I expect us to do after this discussion, after this talk. Yeah, please, one of the things I would want us to do after my talk, I would like to hear your take home. Please, I want us to still keep listening. I want to hear your take home. So I'll just try to be finalizing here. What are the things that is expected of us to do? Be intentional about your participation. I've said it before, about when you participate, ask question. Ask question. When they were saying, what's your opinion about something, say it, raise your hand and talk. They will not kill you when you have to talk. Talking will not kill you. I'm also an introvert. And that doesn't mean that when it comes to work, introverted aspect should be put under because the introverted, what do we call it, behavior might need to be kept somewhere. Nature, thank you. The introverted nature might need to be kept somewhere. Like I said, I'm an introvert. I'm on a normal day, talking like this is not my hobby. But when it comes to work, I need to talk. When it comes to HR action, I need to talk. As a project manager, I need to talk. As a product manager, I need to talk. Talking is my business. Talking is what makes me visible in the workspace. Talking is what makes my work as a techie complete. After work, I can now go back to being my introvert. But when it comes to work, you have to talk. So please be intentional. When there is an event, make sure that you have a question to ask. Make sure that you raise your hand. I want to give you a scenario. There was an event I was attending. My time is fast spent. There was an event I attended, and well, the intention of me attending the event is just for me to have more knowledge. It's not really my community like that. But I just want to have more general knowledge in that particular community. So I kept asking questions. And one day, while I asked a question with different events, so I was asking a question, and someone said, oh, even if someone else doesn't ask question, this one we ask question that, and the person now felt like I'm a talking person. Like, it now look like this one snobs people. And it's actually not like that, because they actually don't know that it is not snubbing. Outside workspace, this person is an introvert. But when it comes to, I want to learn more. And unknowingly to them, they're also learning from it. When someone complained about that they want to go home and the question was too much, I stopped asking questions in public where although it's very wrong. I will stop asking questions in the public. Then after the meeting, I'll call the teacher, like, hey, you said this, please explain this. So I don't really understand this aspect, because this is how I used to do it before. But you said we should be doing it this way and things like that. But later, when that talk came out, we realized that the things I'm even asking, some people are personal. Some people are actually they are making mistakes already. But because I'm only personalizing it, personalizing the response, it didn't get to open to them, and they kept making that mistake until this thing was addressed publicly. And even the person that talked that time didn't know that he didn't know he talked. And when the results came out and we got to be talking about it, the person was like, I didn't know if to say I was there when the teacher told you this, I wouldn't have made this mistake and things like that. And we have to go back there. What you said that is, now it affected that person, and it also affected me, because I am asking questions, but not creating the awareness in the community I'm supposed to belong to. Some people might say, oh, this thing this person is asking, okay, that means they have some knowledge in it, and probably someone that knows someone that of where I'm actually aspiring might be listening and be like, this lady, you have a knowledge in this aspect. Please come to my organization, come and do this thing for me and things like that. So we don't know where and who we're going to meet in our events. Let's try as much as possible to say something during any kind of event, no matter how small, no matter how big the event is. Try to ask questions, share your insights, and if possible, volunteer. Make yourself a volunteer in events that you want to do something. They want to do something. They're looking for people to do it. Volunteer, contribute to it. They have a hackathon and they're looking for someone to match up or complete their team. They are trying to build a product, and due to the blah, 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 volunteer. It is not because of money only you should be there. You build your portfolio by volunteering. So the next thing is, make sure you always document your journey. You attended an event, document it, write about it, put it on your social media, tag the company that connected you to the community event, tag the company that you did the event with. I bet you one of the ways we do background check on the people in tech is going to your social media. You won't know that we are going to your social media. We are going to check you. It's like, I'm talking from the HR aspect now. It's like we are doing, how do they call it? Investigation. Is this CID? I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but
CIA.
CIA, yeah, we will do it on you. You would not be aware. We'll go and check everything checkable. What are the kind of posts you make? And what are the kind of, what's your appearance? How often do you speak about this thing that you said you are so knowledgeable about and you are not proudly announcing it out there? Which community does it belong to? Is it random communities? Is it when I get to his page, I see things about this person is just talking about coding, is every time coding. Yeah. So these are the things we want to first look out for in you to see, is this person really serious about his career? So document your journey, document your events. Put them, if you have flyers, they have been inviting you for, put it on your social media. Tag everybody. Tell people to comment, to come, and they are all your witnesses. So then continue to build your brand around around your expertise, around your community. They are still the first person to applaud you. And if you fail also, they are the first person to be with you, to carry you. I built a I built a finance system and it's crashed. When you say this in your community, a lot of people will rally around you and be like, oh, how did you do it? Maybe you did not add this code, or you doubled this code, or you did that. They would give you idea, and from there, even you people, oh, that's true. And you'll be able to rebuild. If it fail again, go back. They are expertise that have idea. They have knowledge about what you're doing already. So engage in global communities. Don't just stay in your local community. Use GitHub, use Stack Overflow, Product Hunt, and so many more like that. Don't do it alone. Seek mentorship and always give back. Seek for people to mentor you and also mentor others. Mentor others. Don't be selfish. Share the knowledge you know as others are sharing their knowledge with you. Part of the ways you also share your knowledge is create an event by yourself and talk to people, interact with them, share your knowledge with them, free. Yeah. What you're doing free today will fetch you millions, trillions tomorrow. You are buying name for yourself. You're buying name for your product, for your brand. So apply what you have learned today. It's not just about hearing. Make sure you apply it. Don't just, okay, they said that we should attend the event, and if you attended 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, it's almost time, let me get out of here and things like, no, apply, even if it's just one thing you apply today. Next time when you hear about it, apply another thing. Before you know it, you're getting better and better than who you were yesterday. So apply what you have learned today. Stay consistent. Consistency really matters when it comes to tech works. Consistency really matters. Make sure you are consistent with whatever you are doing. And I tell you, I bet you that you're going to get there. And the expectation of being globally attractive is just at your fingertips. It's not going anywhere. To be a global talent, to be globally attractive, it is in your hands. It's not just in being concerned, it's in your hands. So if you're globally attractive tomorrow, it's in your hands. If you're not going to be globally attractive tomorrow, it's in your hands. So please stay consistent. And the journey starts now. Don't wait. Don't wait till tomorrow I will start. The journey starts now. Start joining community. And when you see any events that pertains that look like what you're doing, jump on it, register, attend. There are free events, there are physical events, there are virtual events. There are events that are not just in your locality. Please make sure you join. Thank you so much. But before I hand over the mic back to the host, I would want everyone to drop in the chat box what's your take home today. What's your take home today? I would be glad to see that. All right, so I will be expecting questions. I'll be here to respond. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Ma, for sharing that wonderful and amazing insight with us. I believe we've all learned a couple of things that we need to integrate in our tech career journeys to become globally attractive. Thank you very much once more. I guess we have quite a number of people that have questions, and there are some messages in the chat box. Well, just like I've mentioned earlier, maybe I will just, okay, okay. Okay, someone is saying he has a question. I don't know. IA, yeah, IA, you say you have a question. Yeah, you can unmute and then
Yeah.
ask your question.
Yes,
Yeah, I also have a question, but then go ahead with your question.
okay. You said we should be able to draft all events that we attend, like can be part of our CV or portfolio or part of our profile post. So I want to ask now, like this, there are some events that you attend, but we are not actually the host or we are just like members. Can we also document that we attended this event and we get to learn so so and so from the event? Is it also available to do that?
Yes. So thank you for that question. It's one of those things I actually um, like to encourage everybody to do. When you attend any event, make sure that you go on your social media. Probably if you have flyer or if you don't have flyer, document what you learned and what's the next action, your call to action after that event personally. Put it there. Tag the company, tag the team of the event, tag the community, tag as many things that is relevant to that event, as many as possible. Post it on social media. Good thing about social media is it will stay there for life.
Okay, ma. Now, again, I I applied to the Bincom Development Center as a graphic designer. So I just got my official email today. I was the one that was recently welcomed on that Slack group. So as a graphic designer, I saw my role that I'm supposed to do. And I saw people posting like it was really like daily report of what they did that day. So I don't have any information on that. I don't know if this meeting can also address that, or it's
So
on that Monday meeting that was to be addressed.
So this meeting is basically for Emigr8 Tech Career Packaging. So what I would say is that you bring this up with, okay, today is Friday already and the stand-up has ended. Bring it up on Monday during the session. That is where they're going to address this. So everything we discussed today is what we'll be addressing right on this call. If you have any question around community events, we'll be able to address
Okay,
it.
ma'am.
Some other things about your onboarding should be discussed during your onboarding session Monday.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, I guess that has answered your question. Thank you, ma. Yeah, I have one question. We're running out of time already, but let me just ask my questions quickly. What are some of the things, or are there any strategies that we can put in place in order to help us host or organize successful community events?
Yeah. So I would say that the first thing is know the community you belong, know where your strength lies. When you know where your strength lies, then look at it. What problem can this thing, what problem can this solution I have, what problem can it solve in the society? What problem is going around this? What problem are people experiencing about this thing? If you notice the problem, major problem that people are experiencing about that, your area of expertise, create an event around it and let people come and hear how you can help them based on what you're saying, resolve how they can resolve steps and tips how to resolve that thing when they come across it later. When you create such events, it's actually a very good way to start from. Create such events, create solutions to problems. That is why we are a techie. Whatever kind of techie you are, whatever kind of techie you are, make sure that your primary purpose is this thing I'm doing, am I solving problem? What problem am I solving? If you're not solving problem, you are wasting your time. Always be there to create solutions to problems. That is the simple aspect of technology. So I don't know if I'm able to respond to your question.
All right, thank you, Ma. Yes, thank you. Yeah. And also, I just want to be sure if it's proper for us to add maybe the various community events or the various events we've hosted or attended as part of our series.
Yeah, it might be too much, right?
Okay.
But another thing you can do is you can tell there are some major events. You can add them to your CV. Or if you have them numerous, it might be too much for your CV to capture. You might want to build a portfolio for it, or you can even drop the link to your social media that used to have all these events, your take home from the event. You can add it there and use the link to your social media where someone can just click and go straight to your social media. Add it there so that they can go and flip through all the events you have attended and the one you have hosted and the one you have spoken if they want to see. So I think that would really work, but it might be too bulky if you have a lot of events, because I'm just imagining myself putting on my events in my CV. In fact, 10 pages will not be enough.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Ma.
Yeah.
We're already running out of time. Okay, somebody wanted to speak.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Ma. Yeah, before we round up, Ma, do you have any last word for us before we call it a day?
Yeah, I would say I've spoken actually. So what I would just say is don't just listen, act. Act on it. It is very, very important. And we are saying this based on tech field. You can apply this thing to every other aspect of your life. It will help you move forward and keep being relevant in that community you find yourself. So thank you.
Thank you too. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining today's call. We have come to the end of today's session, and we hope to see you again next week. This is a weekly event that happens every Fridays, except on third Fridays of every month. But for every other Friday, this session usually holds. Okay. Yeah. As an aspiring techie, as an intermediate, or even a professional, you need to join a tech community. You need to join conversation in your tech community. You need to contribute meaningfully. And we should also remember that we need to use our social media for social good. Okay, we should make meaningful posts that aligns with our tech career objective. That will help us become very visible and very globally attractive. Okay. So thank you guys for joining today's session. Thank you, Ma, and we hope to see you again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.